Like a little tiny little thing. Hello.
Perfect. So you want everything to see if you're gonna come to the Andy's office for it.
Whatever works for you guys. If you want, I can always zoom them on the in the car.
Are you pissed now? Hi. Hi, baby legs. Why are you being fussy? They weren't being very helpful, were you? Hi, guys. Stop. Stop.
Stop. Stop. No. No. Okay, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Down, down. No, stop. 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 Stop, my love. Stop.
All right, everybody, just a quick announcement. So just so that everyone knows that this is a live session, and so cameras are welcome, but please make sure that your dress and background is appropriate for a professional setting.
Welcome to Jerusalem. Yeah, we'll really be.
Also, if everybody could please mute your microphones on your device or computer so that everyone can hear the presenters today.
What did you focus on, Michael? I always thought you were.
All right, welcome everyone. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started here. This session will be recorded. No need to try to memorize everything, so you guys will be getting a copy of this once it's done. So pay attention the best you can. Just keep in mind you don't have to write it all down, and we will get this out to you once it's done so you guys can go back over it. So I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Zachary Dale. I am the Executive Director of Services here. Andy, you want to go to the next slide? On behalf of my team, on behalf of everyone, we want to welcome you guys to nursing school. Congratulations on taking this step, and everybody's super excited for you, and we can't wait to see what you guys do with your nursing degrees. Next slide. So we want to welcome you guys to AZC. We're excited for this. My team thanks you. The academics teams thanks you. And we just want you guys to know that we're here for you in any which way. Next slide. Real quick, I'm going to go off topic. If you guys are logged in and you have a name that's other than your name showing on here, please put it in the chat with who you are so we can give you guys attendance. We noticed some of you guys have different names other than it's listed. So if that's you by chance, please put it in the chat so we can give you credit for being here. Not to call anyone out, we just want to make sure you all get credit for being here. So for today, we are going to be going over your guys' decision to become a nurse. We're going to talk about our commitment to your success in your journey. You're going to meet your campus support team. You're going to learn about all the resources, and you guys are going to be able to look around and see your fellow students who's going to be taking this journey with you. Keep in mind, guys, we're all in this together, and so we are all one giant team to help you guys out. As we go through today, one of the things that we want you guys to do is follow us on social media. We do things where we give out tumblers. So this particular, you guys go in and follow our social media sites. We're going to put you in a drawing to give out your tumbler for this one, as well as other prizes. Another thing that we'd like you to do, Andy, if you want to go to the next slide, is throughout your program here, we want you guys to really tag us in your social media, tag us on things that are going on and celebrations and passing your midterms and your finals. We really want to be along the way in your journey, and we want you guys to show it all over. The best thing to do is share success, and we want to see it throughout. So keep in mind, guys, as you do this, just put it hashtag Arizona College of Nursing, and we will track you through that way. So our next slide. So I'm going to introduce you guys. This is our Dean of Nursing, Dr. Andy Neidiger. he is a wealth of knowledge in so many things. You guys are going to be in great hands with him. He is going to take over from here, and I am going to hand it off to him. Andy, here you go.
Thanks, Zach. Thanks for the introduction and thanks for the welcome. I as well am super excited today. This is one of my favorite times of the year is to get to see all the new students coming in. You guys are all excited and ready to go. I know you guys have been through a long process to get to this point. Many of you have already taken some college classes in the past, and we congratulate you on getting to this point. It is not easy to get into nursing school, and you are the select group. So we get tons of people wanting to become nurses, but not everyone can cut it. So you guys should be very proud of yourselves for getting to this point, and for all the hard work and success that you've had so far. And really congratulate you on making it this far in the journey. So, but this is still kind of the beginning of the journey, and we want you to, mostly what I want you to get out of today is to know that there are a lot of resources here for each and every one of you. And there are a lot of people here and excited to help you be successful and to help you get everything that you expect out of this program and everything that you could want to be a nurse. So being a nurse is such a wonderful profession. I've been a nurse for over 10 years and have enjoyed it. It's been inspiring, it's been hard, it's been heartbreaking, but it has been so wonderful to be a part of people's lives during both their most joyous times of life and their hardest times of life, and even at the end of their lives. So we are nurses get to experience the whole gamut of emotions on a daily, sometimes daily basis. And it's just such a wonderful way to be able to impact people's lives for the better and just be that difference maker in the world. I would like to, she was unable to be here today, but I would like to introduce Ms. Jamie Gonzalez Schultz. She is our acting, we call it the BSN program manager. And what that person does here is Ms. Gonzalez Schultz will really guide you each and every step of the way as far as scheduling your classes, making sure that everything's up to date, making sure that all your paperwork's ready to go, communicating with you, making sure that all that back end kind of office stuff is taken care of, and making sure that you're being taken care of individually and that you're getting what you need. So I included her email on this slide. I will also be sending out an email either later tonight or tomorrow morning with a list of contacts and how to contact different resources that you may need to get a hold of. So with that said, you should have each received an email with a packet of information in it. If you did not get this email, please, again, email Ms. Gonzalez Schultz, and she can get that to you. She's the keeper of all this information. So please reach out to her and make sure that you're able to access this information. Please do so by the end of today if you have not received this. So inside the packet, you should have received, you'll be actually receiving part of the packet in just a little bit after this presentation is over, but you'll receive this presentation. You'll receive a handbook guiding you through all the technical portions of the program. You will also receive the handouts. You should have received these ones, the student guide, the course schedule, your course schedule, which has your classes for this semester, the steps that you'll need to take to progress into core nursing classes. So the first while of your journey will include your general education classes. And this will tell you what you need to do to be able to go into clinical, be able to participate in simulation and lab experiences. You will also receive the student portal information. We'll talk about portal just a little bit later today. You'll also receive instructions on how to make your online payments, or how to your academic calendar. So if you need to schedule events, make sure that you're scheduling them at appropriate times when it's not interfering with your classes. And also the nursing core delayed start policy. We don't have a delayed start here. For most circumstances, but in special circumstances, there may be a gap in between your general education classes and your core nursing classes, depending on what transfer credit you've come in with. And finally, official transcript letter that explains the official transcript process and policy. So at Arizona College, we try to cultivate a friendly and interactive environment. And in order to do so, we really strive to reach that golden rule. So we hear about the golden rule often when we're young, but even though we're in college now, we still have expectations on treating each other with kindness and respect. So this slide goes over how we accomplish that. And this is an expectation for students and for instructors and for staff and faculty. So please make sure that you're holding yourself accountable to these, and expect your instructors and your peers to the same standards. So we greet everyone with a smile. We have an authentic interest in everyone's well-being. We are courteous, kind, and respectful. I think that's so important. Nursing school is very hard. It's very difficult. You're going to have times where you feel you're going to get down sometimes, just because there's a lot of work to do, and there's a lot of things to learn. There's a lot of experiences that you're going to have. You may have times when you are dealing with a difficult patient, or a patient that is really struggling. And so make sure that you're treating everyone as if they are, just treat them the way that every human should be treated, with respect and kindness. So we give generously of our time. You'll find that your instructors here are amazing people, and they want to spend time with you. One of the biggest complaints that I get from faculty and instructors is that the students just aren't reaching out to me. I want to spend time with them, but I can't get a hold of them, and I can't contact them. They're ignoring my phone calls. So please don't do that. Please, spend the time with your instructors. They love to spend time with you. I don't know how they do it, but they are amazing and bend over backwards to do everything that they can for the students. And that's the greatness of Arizona College right there, is really in our instructors and the attention that they give to our students, and the willingness that they are to help our students in all different situations. So don't think that your situation is new or that is something that we can't help you figure out. I've been doing this for a long time, and I still get surprised every once in a while, but I've seen most challenges that can happen during nursing school, and there's nothing that we can't overcome together, as long as you're willing to reach out and contact us and let us know that you need some help. So we have high expectations for our students and our college. There is no we have incredible outcomes here. We have Arizona College as a whole has amazing NCLEX results. And there's no secret to it. The only reason that we have that is because we have a well-developed program that holds students and instructors and staff to the highest of standards. and that's how we have those great results. And that's, I assume, why you guys chose Arizona College to look at in the first place, is because we have a great reputation and great results for our students. So, and the reason we do is because of our expectations. We create a tough program, a challenging program, but at the same time, we give generously of our time, and we make sure that you're taken care of and that you're getting the resources that you need to be successful. We praise each other in public and address differences in private. This is such an important way to conduct academics. We love it when people are successful, and we shout it from the rooftops. We do everything that we can to let students know that they're successful and they're valued. I was just out in the commons area yesterday, and a student, shouted out, "Oh my gosh, I passed my exam," and she was so happy that she got the score that she was aiming for, and that the whole room just celebrated with her. So it was a great moment, one of those moments that really make you happy and proud to be in education. And we want more moments of that. We want more moments like that. We want everyone to be successful, and we're going to be there every step of the way in your success. We are also forgiving of ourselves and others. Nursing school is hard, and you're going to have challenges. You're going to have times when, like I said, you're going to feel maybe a little bit defeated. You're going to have times where you don't do as well on a test that you wanted to. It's all part of the journey, and it's all part of learning. So if you have a difficult time like that, first of all, be nice to yourself. Understand that it's a learning process, and that you're not expected to know everything before you come in. And that's why we're here, is to help teach you what you need to know. So please be easy on yourself. Again, there's nothing we can't overcome together, and we'll help you every step along the way. So if you have one of those times when you just don't feel like something's going either wrong in life, or something's going wrong with your studying, reach out to me, reach out to your instructor. Let us know. We can help you through those hard times, and we can make sure that you're successful going forward. So. All right. So before I go on to the next slide, just a quick note. You're all going to have a lot of questions today, and that's great, and we welcome the questions. Just so we can move through the presentation in a timely manner and make sure that we're answering everything, and a lot of things will be answered, your questions, throughout the presentation. If you have a question that you want answered, throw it in the chat box. If you have a question that you don't want to ask in front of the group, I will supply my contact information as well in the chat box, and you can email me or call me directly. So, but please, we welcome all those questions in the chat box. All right, like I talked about at the beginning, this is a journey, and we've created this little roadmap for you guys. It kind of looks like a fun board game night to me. And so this is your journey to becoming a nurse. So, and I like to say it that way because a lot of schools, the end goal is just graduating. High school, your end goal is to graduate and just get out as fast as you can, right? In college, in a lot of college degrees, your goal is just to graduate and maybe go on to another degree. But here, your goal is to become a registered nurse and to work as a nurse and to help others. So this is your map. This is your pathway to achieving those goals. Most of you, I am guessing, are somewhere around this circle right here, just starting out, coming in with no transfer credit, nothing that. Nothing that, you're starting out fresh, and that's great. Some of you may be starting closer towards this mark right here, and that's great too. No matter where you are starting out, we're all going to end up at that NCLEX, at getting that license, becoming a registered nurse, and we're all going to celebrate each other's successes, and it's going to be fantastic. So no matter where you're starting along that path, just know that you have support and you have great people behind you, cheering you on and encouraging you, and here to help during those difficult times. So one time that we really like to celebrate is right here in semester 5. During semester 5, that's your first semester of actual nursing core classes. So you'll be taking those, you'll be learning specifically about nursing. You'll be doing clinicals, you'll be doing simulations, labs, all those fun things that you saw when you took the tour of the school. And we want to celebrate that because you've put in a lot of work to get to that point. And so we're going to have a little advancement ceremony welcoming you into, I guess, real nursing school. And we're going to have fun. And we just did that a couple weeks ago, and it was a wonderful event. And we had family and friends there to help support the students. And it was a lot of fun. So look forward to that in semester 5. That's one of those little mini goals along the way to get to. And we look forward to that as well. This is one of our larger groups of starting students. And so we're looking forward to having bigger and bigger groups of students that we can celebrate with. So it'll be a lot of fun. All right, moving on. So one of the things that you should have received in your packet, it's also going to be in each and every one of your courses in your Canvas, is the student handbook. The student handbook is, I can't emphasize how important it is that you read the student handbook. The student handbook has all the policies, requirements, all the procedures that you'll need to be successful in nursing school. So I know that you all have an online orientation course that you're going to be taking. The student handbook is part of that orientation course. And so please read through the handbook. If you have questions while you're reading it, email me, reach out, let me know what your questions are. There's no dumb questions. There's just questions that you're embarrassed to ask. So in the handbook, I do want to point out a couple of policies that are important. First one is attendance. Attendance is so important, not just because it's required, but because when you miss class, you miss important information. If I miss, if during nursing school I miss, if I miss the day that we were supposed to learn about how to take care of a patient with a heart attack, and I have a patient with a heart attack come in onto my floor, okay, I'm putting that patient at risk, and I'm putting my license at risk. So make sure that you're in class and make sure that you're learning that information. Every class builds on each other, and if you miss something down in the beginning, you're going to have a hard time later on. So make sure that you're staying up on that. Next policy that I want to point out a little bit about is the withdrawal policy. We do have a withdrawal period. So each of these 8-week classes, if you need to take a withdrawal, you would need to do it by the end of week 6. If you take it after week 6, it will become an F. Withdrawals are rare, and so we don't have a lot of them, and you guys, are going to be wonderful and successful, I assume. But just in case, if there's any problems, just reach out to me and let me know what you need, and we'll be able to help you with that process. The next policy is the satisfactory academic progress policy. This is mostly really dictated by the Department of Education. and the financial aid system. And it's really to protect the consumers and to protect the students, to make sure that you know, we're doing right by you guys and making sure that you're successful, and that you know, we're not that you're paying for classes that you're being successful in. So make sure you read through that and make sure you understand it. There's a lot of, it's probably one of the more difficult parts of the handbook to read and understand. If you have any questions about it, let me know. But the back end of the satisfactory academic progress policy is, if you're a good student and you do what you're supposed to, you'll never have any problem with it. So that's my advice for going forward with the academic progress policy is just do well, listen, go to class, attend class, do the work, and you'll most likely be just fine. So, and then the last policy that I wanted to highlight in the student handbook is the code of conduct. Nursing is the most trusted profession in the world. They do surveys every year across the country and across the globe. Nursing always comes out number one. It has for the last 18 years now. There was a couple years where just before or just after 9/11, where it was firefighters and police and military. But that was only for a couple years. And prior to that, it was nursing for like, I don't know, 15 or 20 years before that. So nursing has always been one of the most trusted professions in the world. And the reason for that is we hold ourselves to a high standard. And so we're going to hold nursing students also to a high standard. One is to help you be ready to be a nurse, to help you have those high standards for yourself, to teach you what those standards are and how to be accountable and responsible for them. And then the other reason is that it really makes the education environment fair and equitable and professional. So please read through the code of conduct and make sure that you understand that. Unfortunately, time to time, we do have students that get dismissed because of professionalism and integrity issues. And that's always the saddest part of my job, is when I have to work with students that are having those experiences. So, all right. Let's talk for a minute about the student portal. I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you guys, and a lot of new terms and a lot of new things. Just kind of take it in for now, let it digest a little bit, read through your handbook, and then next week, as you start to take classes, things will start to kind of fall in place and click. Your instructors are very well versed in all of these policies and procedures. So if you have questions about them, you can reach out to your instructor or myself. Okay, so the student portal is a web-based product that the college uses to help you get the information that you want, and to help us kind of organize all the different pieces of the program. So a couple of things that you will find inside this is what it looks like. The website is posted right here. It's portal.arizonacollege.edu. And you'll click on this login, and it'll have a little drop down, and you'll click on the student tab. When you go into the portal, different things that you'll find there are your final grades, your unofficial transcripts, your financial information and student payments, all of your FERPA information. FERPA is the Federal Education Rights and Privacy Act, and that is a federal law that helps protect the privacy of students and making sure that the colleges aren't using your information for anything other than your education and anything other than what's approved to and appropriate for use. We want to make sure that students are protected and that their information is private. So you can update your FERPA on there and give access to those that you feel are needing access to possible education records. And then you also have the ability to update your address, phone number, email, and password. And then also there will be a faculty directory on there if you need to contact your instructor or future instructor or a past instructor. They will all be on there. And then also links to Canvas, your college catalog, and your student handbook. So that's another place that you can find those important pieces of information. Now let's talk about something a little bit more fun. We have it's called the Student Nurses Association. We call it SNAZC here. It stands for Student Nurses Association of Arizona College, or AZC. And it's kind of like our club here. So we're just barely starting it out. We are in the initial phases of applying for a charter here for the school. And one of the things that we're going to be doing is getting people signed up for it. And we're going to have a leadership board. So you can be a president or a vice president or a treasurer or on the activities committee or whatnot. This is a really, really fun organization. I've been a part of the Student Nurses Association for, I think, 7 or 8 years now. And it's so much fun. We do activities. We're going to do different projects, service projects. We're going to attend events. They have a state Student Nurses Association event every year where you get to meet up with about 200 other nursing students from across the state and just have a good time. They have training. They have workshops where you get to meet different types of nurses from all different fields, everything from jail nurses to flight nurses and everything in between. NICU nurses, they bring them all in, nurse practitioners, and you get to meet with them and kind of find out what it's like to be that type of nurse and get some really good, relevant and real life feedback of what it's like to be a nurse in that type of field. You also get to network and be a part of a great organization. They just had the national conference here in 2019 here in Salt Lake, and it was amazing. It was huge. Thousands of nursing students were gathered here in Salt Lake, and it was a lot of fun, and the students that went to it had a great time. So look forward to some emails regarding the Student Nurses Association, and when you see those, please sign up. I think I can't remember what the fee is. It's like $40 or something normally. The school pays for your registration to be a part of the association. So it's free for you guys. And so it's something that we like to do here and be a part of at Arizona College. So, all right. Transitioning to core, we talked a little bit about this earlier. This is an exciting time. It's where you really start feeling like a nurse, and it's where you really start learning all those hands-on skills and getting to do all those things that you've been wanting to do for a long time now. So in order to get there, there's a lot of steps that you have to take, and one of them is to be successful in your general education classes. And so here we want to give you a couple of tips for how to be successful in your general education classes and to get ready for nursing classes. Nursing classes, they're a higher level course, and so there's an expectation of a higher level of learning and a higher level of commitment. So a couple things you can practice in order to be successful in nursing core courses is attendance. We've talked about attendance before. Again, it's so important. Make sure that you attend each and every class. If you do end up having to miss a class because of illness or an emergency or something, make sure that you're reaching out to your instructor beforehand, letting them know what's going on, and making sure that you're accountable and responsible for the information for that class. Work on your time management. So this is a great time for you to start learning how to organize your life, start organizing your day, and start organizing your time, and learn how to really take care of life. You're adding another piece into your life right now, and all the other pieces in your life are going to be affected by that one piece. So you need to make sure that you learn to balance life, that you learn how to take care of all the things around you. Many of you have family, maybe you have jobs. I'm assuming that most of you have jobs actually, and it's tough. So, but it's doable. You can do it. It just takes some commitment and some time management skills. We do have time management workshops that have been designed for students specifically. We have a couple different versions of it, in fact. And so you will be receiving emails in Canvas and in your Arizona College email regarding when those will be. They are virtual events, so you can take them in the comfort of your own home. And so it should be a lot of, and they're fun too. They're interactive. The instructors for them are fun. They're free, so just make sure that you are taking advantage of those as well. And speaking of workshops, we also have workshops for study skills. So one thing that I think students get surprised at, especially students that may have been away from school for a while, is that learning how to study is a skill, and you can develop it and you can get better at it over time. So we've developed a whole series of study skill workshops. Again, you'll receive emails and notifications of when those will be. I think we actually have some starting this weekend, just to get you up and running and get you going. So make sure that you're watching for those emails. Even if you're a veteran student, someone that's been taking classes for a while, there's definitely stuff you can learn from these courses. I took, I watched one of them once, and I actually learned a couple of things. I've been going to school for way too long, but I still learned something new about how to study. So they're great courses, and they're designed for nursing students, so please take advantage of them. Make sure that you're utilizing all your available resources. We're talking about a lot of these resources today. We're talking about different ways to access those resources. Just make sure that you're taking advantage of everything that we have to offer here. We offer so much more here than other places that I've worked at or that I've gone to school at. And so please utilize those resources so you can be successful. Don't be shy. Please don't be shy. There's a lot of great stuff out there, and you'll miss it if you're shy. Just feel free to ask, and feel free to take advantage of these things that are part of the program here that are here for your success. So, all right. And last but not least, practice self-care. What is self-care? Self-care is quite the buzzword in nursing these days. Last year was really hard for everyone in the world. It took a special toll on nurses as well. And so we've been really focusing on self-care this year in nursing as a whole across the nation. The American Nurses Association theme for the year was self-care. And self-care is just taking time for yourself, learning how to avoid burnout, doing those things in life that make life worth living and make life memorable and fun. I'm the first to admit I'm not very good at self-care. I really, I'm a workaholic. And I think a lot of nurses are, and a lot of nursing students aren't. And I actually had a close friend of mine that is also a nurse, and she's one of my nursing mentors. And she told me, she said, "Dr. Neidiger, you really need to take some time for yourself." And so I took her advice, and I went on a little vacation, came back, and gosh, life was so much better. And it doesn't take a whole vacation to do that. Sometimes it just takes just sitting down and watching a movie, or reading a book that you enjoy reading, or going to the gym and doing some exercise, or taking a walk outside. There's lots of ways that you can take care of yourself. Make sure that you're doing something that you enjoy doing, something that's fun. Also make sure that you're eating healthy. Make sure that you're getting the nutrition that you need. And because your brain is connected to the rest of your body, so you gotta take care of the rest of your body to take care of your brain. So make sure that you're taking care of both properly so they can work together. Just a reminder, if you have questions, make sure you're throwing them in the chat box. I don't see any yet, but hopefully we'll see some before the end. And then at the end, we'll open up the floor to anyone that wants to ask a question out loud as well. So, all right, health and safety requirements. These are just a couple of announcements just to make sure that we're getting you this information before it becomes a surprise to you. So some of the reasons that cause delays for students that are trying to progress from general education courses to core courses. So complete immunization requirements. So often at this point I get asked questions about COVID. The COVID vaccine is not required for students at this time. We base all of our immunization requirements off of what the hospitals require for our students to participate at their hospital. So once the hospitals start requiring it of our students, we will also require it as well. We are not at that point yet, but I would expect that someday we will be. So my best recommendation is that that you start planning for a COVID vaccination if you have not received one yet. Obviously, not everyone is able to get the COVID vaccine due to medical reasons or possibly religious reasons. If you're in that situation, please reach out to me and let me know, and we can work around that. So, but make sure that you're up to date on all your other immunizations. A couple of tips on immunizations. If you're starting to look for them. One is to check with your parents. Okay? Often parents keep immunization cards somewhere for their children and forget to give them to them when they become adults. So they probably have them somewhere in a filing cabinet or something. Two is check with your high school that you graduated from. They should have a copy of at least your hepatitis immunizations and your varicella immunizations. Tip number 2 is to budget for costs. When you go into core nursing classes, you will need to purchase the immunization tracker. It's called Castle Branch. It will also have your drug screening in there and your background check. And I think it's about $90 for that. You will also have to purchase your own scrubs and stethoscope and shoes. So make sure that that you're planning for those. Don't go out and purchase them yet. We'll let you know when you're at that point what to purchase and exactly how to purchase them. But just be able to plan for some additional costs at that time in the program. All right. Before you go into nursing classes, you will have an orientation. Just make sure that you listen and attend that, and that that you pay attention and understand everything, and just follow the steps. So, the next question, I actually forgot to edit this one. It says address questions to the clinical coordinator as early as possible. I am the clinical coordinator here for now until we get a little bit bigger. So you can address questions to me. So. All right. So campus counseling, one of the great things that we have at Arizona College is campus counseling. We have two counselors that are part of our team here at the Salt Lake campus. They actually live in Tempe, Arizona, but they help us out remotely. They're great, awesome people, and here they are. Derek McCoy and Miriam Corbett. They are awesome. So they are your go-to for everything that might get in the way of academics from a life standpoint. I'm talking about childcare, housing, financials, internet access, what am I forgetting? Social services, unemployment benefits, being able to buy a computer, if you're having a bad day that day. So they're both licensed social workers, and they're great to be there to listen and lend support and help you out in any way. So if you're feeling down, if you're feeling discouraged, they're amazing people. The first time that I met Derek, he's if you meet Derek, ask him about motorcycles. He's an avid motorcycle rider. I just spent about 10 minutes just talking with him, and we didn't talk about anything specific, but I will just say that by the end of that 10 minutes, I felt like the world was a better place. So he's a fantastic human being. Miriam as well. Just spend a few minutes with her, and your day will get better. So please take advantage of that resource that we have here for you, and make sure that you're utilizing that. Yeah, let's move on to the next slide. So these are all different areas of kind of their scope of practice and what they're here for. So really anything outside of just the daily grind of nursing school. They can teach you how to do self-care that we talked about earlier. They can be that that person that you reach out to that if you're having difficulty with sleep, if you're having difficulty, finding time to exercise, they have all sorts of amazing resources to help you with everything that you could possibly need help with. And they're really here to help you manage life so that you can be successful in your academics. Right. Sorry, one of you guys were making a little bit of noise on your monitor, so had to figure out who it was and clear that up. So, all right. So these again is a list of different things that they can help you with. Again, they're here for you guys. So if you need help with insurance, nutrition, daycare, being able to navigate systems, whatever resources you need, they're there for you. And although they're in Tempe, they're really easy to access. That email that I just gave you, they monitor that feels like 24/7. I don't know how just the two of them do that, but they're always there, and they're a great resource and support for our students here. So student advising program, each one of you will be assigned a student coach, and that coach will, that success coach will be there for you. Just looking at the names on here, it looks like most of you guys have been assigned to me. So, so unless you hear otherwise, I will be your success coach. But you'll be receiving an email with your success coach introducing themselves to you. And and that's just another resource that we have. The success coaches can help with everything from being able to navigate you through the different computer programs, helping you find different things within Canvas, helping you learn how to study, doing tutoring, setting up tutoring sessions for you or with you. So there's just, anytime that you need a little extra help and you can't reach out to you either are having a hard time reaching out to your instructor or need a little bit of extra help, or maybe you just need a different perspective than what your instructor is able to give you. That's what they're there for. So, so your coach will be reaching out to you within the next week, but it's a two-way street. So if you're having any questions or problems or just want to say hi, reach out to your success coach, and they'll be happy to talk with you and help you, navigate this thing called nursing school. So, we also have a learning resource center and coordinator. Our coordinator right now, his name is Mr. Corey, and Mr. Corey is an amazing person. I was just talking with him yesterday. He's located in Dallas, Texas. He's a great guy, and I've been working a lot with him over the last year or so. He's part of our team here. He manages a couple of different campuses for our learning resource needs. He's the one that will be sending out emails for some of these workshops, and he does some of the workshops himself as well. A great person, and is here for all your needs. If you need anything, if you need any tutoring help, you can reach out to Mr. Corey or myself, and either one of us can help you get in touch with tutoring services, completely free, and we'll get you all the help that you need to be successful in your class. Some of the workshops that they do in the Learning Resource Center, we've mentioned a couple of them already. They have workshops on study skills, time management, stress management, tutoring. Every single subject has tutoring available by appointment or by schedule. We also have student workshops on different pieces of education. They do workshops that students present when they've learned something that they think will be helpful for other students. We have workshops on how to navigate your ebooks and how to get the most out of your ebooks. Ebooks are a great resource. I wish I had them when I was in nursing school. They're amazing because there's so much more you can do with an ebook than with a regular book. And ebooks weigh only as much as your computer does. So I remember lugging around a huge backpack in nursing school, and I've watched students lug around backpacks in nursing school. I've seen students that actually have back injuries because of their backpacks that they've been lugging around. I love ebooks, and they're great. The trick with ebooks is you need to learn how to use them, and you need to learn all the different features of them. And I think you guys will enjoy our books here. We have a great repertoire of books that we use that are amazing and have awesome resources in them. So we also have a library. It's called LIRN or Learn. It's a library, an online library system that gives you access to peer-reviewed journal articles, to all sorts of information that all the information you could possibly want to know about nursing, or pretty much any other subject as well. So we have a great library system. We do have a librarian that you can contact through Canvas. So make sure that you're using those resources as you're doing your research papers or your assignments or whatnot. So, we do also have workshops regarding the Learning Resource Center shell. So this is, it'll look like one of your classes in Canvas, and it is a great place. That's where all the workshops are found. It's where you can sign up for tutoring. And so they'll actually have workshops on how to use that system, and you'll receive emails on how to access that as well. like I said, I love ebooks. They're great. And one of the hardest things about, those big, real nice books that weigh a ton are the ability to search for information. Your ebooks have tables of content that you can click on the chapter that you want to go to, and it'll take you right there. You don't have to spend time flipping through something. If you want to learn about a specific subject or need to brush up on a specific topic, you can just type it in the search bar and find it immediately. It's wonderful. Scrubber bars will help you manage your time, and they actually go over scrubber bars in those workshops. Page numbers, you can find specific pages with the touch of a button. Bookmarks, you can bookmark different parts of your book and highlight different parts of your book for easy access to those specific topics later. Some of the other nice things that our textbooks have the capability of doing is to read aloud. So if you're one of those people like me that I get lost when I start reading, I'll read the same paragraph 3 times. The read aloud function is a great way to avoid doing that. And some of the books have the ability to adjust the speed on how fast it reads. So you can also make note cards and flashcards from your book. A lot of your books already have flashcards pre-made for you. It'll help you study vocabulary terms. Easy to find definitions, and you can highlight definitions, and once you've highlighted it, it saves it up in a special section of the book, and so all your highlighted information you can access at the same time. And you can adjust settings on your book to make it easier for you to read. You can adjust the font size. You can adjust the how bright or how dark it is. The other nice thing about ebooks that a lot of people don't realize is you can read an ebook in a dark room. You can't read a book in a dark room. So also your labs and assignments are tied to your book itself. So that's great because it's kind of a one-stop shop for everything that you'll need. It's also great because you know that those labs and those assignments are actually based off of what you're reading in your class. So it helps connect the dots a little bit better. All right, moving on. I know you guys have been listening to me for a while, but we still got a little bit left. I'll try to get through as fast as I can, but hopefully you guys are benefiting from the information so far. Looks like we're starting to get some questions in, so keep those questions rolling. So Canvas is what we call an LMS, so it's a learning management system. It's where all your classes, the online portions of your classes are found. And you'll have everything in here from assignments to calendars to, you can see your grades in real time. You can access your book actually right through your online course. So everything that you could possibly need for the course is found right there online. So make sure that when you are looking through that packet of information that you received, that you jump right onto Canvas as soon as possible. I have noticed that the majority of you, I get notifications every day of what people do in Canvas. I've noticed that the majority of you have already started working on that online orientation, so good job. Those that have started, if you haven't started yet, get going on it. So that orientation will walk you through everything that you need to know about navigating through Canvas and being successful in your class. So, all right. So speaking of which, we just barely talked about it, that online student orientation course. Make sure that you're participating in that. You'll need to participate in that before Monday, so you can be successful in your class, and it'll take you step by step through. If you don't know how to access the online course, again, reach out to me, email me, let me know, and we'll get you connected. So different areas in the orientation course is a lot of tips for how to be successful in nursing school in general, but also some specifics on how to navigate the Canvas system. and also an introduction to how to use your books, how to use the lab, how to use the library system. So please take that course and make sure that you're paying attention to it and cover. If you have any questions while you're covering it, reach out to me as well. I'm available all weekend long, all day, every day. So don't ever feel like I honestly, I don't go to sleep until usually at least midnight, and I'm up pretty early every morning. So I think I like sleeping, but I just never do it. So, but I love it when students reach out and need help. I know a lot of you guys have work schedules where you can't contact me during, business hours. Feel free to reach out to me at any time of the day. So I'm always here for you guys. So, kind of the layout of the orientation course. It'll show you how to access things. It'll tell you, each class that you have will tell you exactly what the expectations are for the course. It'll tell you how long each course is expected to take. For this orientation course, plan on about 4.5 hours. Some students will finish faster, some will finish a little bit slower. It just depends on one, where you're coming in from, and maybe your own personal learning style as well. At the end, you'll receive a certificate, and that certificate, save it and make sure that you hold on to it. I'm now going to turn the time over to our IT support, Brock, and he's going to talk about our IT systems and how to navigate the IT world.
Thank you, Andy. All right. So I'm tech support on site here, or you can send email into techsupport@arizonacollege.edu. That'll go into our ticketing system, and it'll go to me, and I'll be able to. What was that? I thought I heard something say. Okay, I'll be able to get your ticket and get you helped out with that. Try to send any of your tech support emails if you can from your student email address. It's just easier to make sure you are who you say you are when you do, and that way I'll know what your email address is and name right away, because some people don't have their names in their private emails, so then I'll have to ask you what that is to get the information. If you have to, you can always call to the school too, and they can transfer you to my phone if you need to talk to me, or if you're in school, you can just come in and talk to me if you have any questions or you need help with anything. Make sure when you're going through all your starting classes and all that, you read through everything. I've had some students that have had some trouble getting into some of their things because they didn't necessarily read all the info. A lot of stuff can be fixed if you make sure you read all that information that you get when you're starting your classes, just to make sure you can get them going, like access to your books. There's some info you have to make sure you read and do to get that done. So make sure you're doing that. That'll probably help you with a lot of problems you might possibly have. You get free access to Microsoft Office, and if you need that, you can go ahead and send a tech support ticket in and just ask for access to it, and I will go ahead and get that added to your account, and then you'll be able to download all of the programs you can see right there and be able to use them for your classes free of charge. And all of the Google Suite is available too, so you'll have Docs and Sheets, Drive, Google Slides, all that you can use to do your work as well. That's all included with your student email. You go to gmail.com, or excuse me, yeah, and you should be able to get it there, and I believe you can go through the portal, but if you go to Gmail, you can access it there. That's the easiest way to get to it. And let's see what you say. Did we also get assigned a password for the email? Yes, you'll get a password for your email. And if you need it, if you can't remember it once you get it, you can just send in a ticket or come talk to me and I will reset the password for you. This is what it'll be when you're logging into your Microsoft Office. In Canvas, you'll have a Microsoft login, but you just use your same email from school and password that you're given to log in here. We'll get you into Canvas or the portal or your Microsoft Office account. All of those will get you into everything for school. Depending on what you need your password reset on though, if it's Canvas, we'll have to reset it in a different area. So make sure you specify if you need a password reset on something, which one it is. If it's your student email, your portal, Canvas, anything like that. So you can make sure we change it in the right spot and get it reset for you. And you can't get into your student email or Canvas. Send a ticket in and to the tech support and let me know what your student email is and which issues you're having. I'll look into that for you. And with the testing software that the school uses, you download it onto your computer. You need to make sure you have a webcam, and nobody's going to be around bothering you while you're doing that. While you're doing it, just to make sure that the test gets done correctly. We'll give you a link to go and download the software, and then you'll have to make your own. You have to make your username and password. Should be your same email, but you'll make your own password, the student email, and then you can download it. And then as your teachers assign you your assignments, they'll show up under the software that you download. They'll be called Exemplify on your computer. If you have any issues with that, that is something I can help you with. For the most part, sometimes you'll actually have to go to ExamSoft and get help with that. But if you're not sure, you can always send in a ticket and I can let you know if I can help you or if you'll have to go to ExamSoft to get help with it. And I think that's it. Andy?
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else has any more questions?
All right. Yeah, so really the lesson learned there is if you have IT issues or any IT concerns, please send in an email to techsupport@arizonacollege.edu, and they're great to get those resolved just really fast. So.
And one last thing too, Chromebooks do not work with a lot of software, so make sure you're not using a Chromebook, and always use Google Chrome for anything you're doing with school, any of the websites and that, because the other ones don't work properly. You might be able to log in, but then things don't show up right, and you'll have a problem. So make sure you're always using Chrome for any of your schoolwork online.
Okay. Thanks, Brock. All right, so I just wanted to put out a quick, I guess, save the date. Next week is we call it Welcome Week. I guess you could call it Homecoming Week or something like that. So it's just a week to celebrate you guys starting school. You'll be receiving an email tomorrow with a schedule of different events. Some will be virtual, some will be live. Some will be continuous throughout the week asynchronously. So be watching out for that, and we'll be doing a bunch of stuff to help you, one, get familiar with the school, two, become familiar with your new peer students, and also just have a little bit of fun, because why not? Gotta have fun every once in a while, right? Most of all, congratulations, guys. This is an exciting day for you guys. We're so excited for you guys to start class on Monday and to see you guys start coming in and taking your classes and be successful. As you see us in the hallway, please say hi. It's always so much fun to see new students come in and get started. And we're so excited for each and every one of you. And then the last piece of advice that I have for each of you is to keep your eye on that prize. Always remember what your goal is and spend each day working towards that goal and remembering that someday you're going to be a registered nurse, and it's going to be awesome. So I can't wait to meet each and every one of you in person. And let's look at some of the questions. And we'll just go through them real quick. If there's any additional questions, we'll have a little bit of time for Q&A at the end. Do we need to turn our immunization in before we start school? No. You have all the way up until you start your couple weeks before you start nursing classes. There will be a due date. You'll be aware of that well in advance. Each of you are going to have a different timeline for that. So just start thinking about immunization. Start collecting those what you've got already done, just to be prepared for the future. And you'll know exactly which immunizations and the guidelines for each one of them when the time comes. So usually goes through really smoothly. So no, you do not need to purchase any books. All your books are already embedded into Canvas. They are all ebooks. There is one, I think Pathophysiology does have a book that you'll receive that's a hard book that will be emailed here to the college, and we'll get it to you when we get those. So you do not need to purchase any books. Those are all included in your tuition. Next question is already answered. So next question is, do we buy our uniforms? If so, where? Yes, you will buy your nursing scrubs. We do have a vendor that does that. When the time comes for you to start your nursing classes, you'll be invited to a health and safety orientation meeting, and we will provide you with the vendor for that. I would not recommend buying them right now, just because there's always a possibility that they could change before you start class, and we wouldn't want you to have to buy multiple sets when you only need one. So hold off on that one for a little bit. But I think they come out to be about $100. They're really nice. They're really comfortable. I wear them every chance that I get because they're so darn comfortable. Be excited for them, but don't buy them yet. Next, did we create a password for Canvas? Your Canvas password, and Brock, correct me if I'm wrong, should be the same password that you used for your email login. You will receive an invitation through your email for Canvas to set that up, and it will also prompt you to set a new password as part of that process. So watch your emails for that, and make sure that you're logging in through your email that first time. So Kennedy, if I didn't answer your question fully with that, please let me know. So if you tried to recover your password and it didn't work, reach out to IT and they can reset it on the back end and get you that. So again, that's tech support at arizonacollege.edu. Skip that one. That was somebody being helpful. Appreciate the help. Student email. You should receive an email to the personal email that you provided to the college during your enrollment. So I would check your email, your personal email. Make sure you're checking your spam folder as well. For that, you should receive an email from Arizona College telling you how to access your email. It is a Gmail account, so So make sure that you're watching your email for that. If you haven't received one yet, again, reach out to tech support at arizonacollege.edu, and they can help you navigate that. Your classes on Canvas should be open as late as by the end of the day tomorrow. So if you haven't seen them pop up on your dashboard yet, they will be shortly. In the meantime, work on your online orientation modules. You won't have any assignments that you'll be even able to start until Monday morning. But starting Monday morning, you should have full access to all your classes. We try to, we're not required to send them out until Sunday at midnight, but we try to give you guys a little bit of preview access so that you can get excited and start to look at stuff. My email, I'm going to type it in the chat box. Is that right? So there's that. I'll also be sending out an email to all of you guys tomorrow with some welcome information. And so let's see. So recommendation for CNA courses in the area. I'm not allowed to give referrals for other programs outside of our own, but there are some great CNA courses. Just find one that meets your needs. Trying to remember, I think it's utahcna.com is the Utah Nurse Assistant Registry. If you just Google Utah Nurse Assistant Registry, it will bring up the Utah, the organization there. They are the ones that approve all the CNA courses in the state, and they do have a list of active CNA programs in the area. You can look by county. So that's where I would start with that. Also, just so you guys know, there are a lot of places reaching out saying that they need CNAs. So if you're finding that your job is not flexible with school, please reach out to me. I've had two clinics today reach out to me saying that they need more CNAs than they can possibly staff. So please reach out to me. Let me know what you need. I'm happy to help you find a job that accommodates your school. And they both promised me that they will accommodate our students, whatever schedule they need. So before nursing classes, you do not need to wear scrubs. Just make sure that you're wearing clothes that are appropriate to the educational environment. Nothing offensive, nothing revealing. Make sure that you're clean, neat, and tidy. And just make sure that you're not distracting from the education environment. Thanks for the recommendation, Shelby. That's also where I did mine many years ago. Carol and is it Linda? They're great people. So, Allie, can you clarify your statement about EMTs and CNAs? Oh, Carol and Claudia. That's what I meant, Claudia. No, they've been doing it. They've been doing that class for, I think 30 some odd years now. So, can you wear scrubs? You absolutely can wear scrubs. No problem. So Eric had commented on the recent changes in the CNA laws. Those are emergency orders. They are not permanent laws. Those are executive actions. As far as the CNA certification requirements, I have heard rumors that those are going to be going away fairly soon, but hopefully not quite yet because there's a definite demand. Do know that anytime that you work for a healthcare facility that hires and employs CNAs, that if you take a CNA course while you're employed there, that they're required to pay for that and the testing as well. So. Okay. That's good to know, Ali. Yeah, it's a licensing issue with that because you're licensed as an EMT. That's a kind of a higher up level than a CNA as far as credentialing is concerned. So they probably would not let you work as a CNA in a home health place. But I'm betting that you're having really great experiences at where you're at right now, Ali. All right. Are there any more questions? I know we threw a lot at you. Feel free to email me, email tech support, email the counselors. Make sure you're using all your resources. Super excited for everyone to get started. We look forward to seeing you on your first day of class. I'll be here on that first day, and we'll look forward to seeing you all. If you have any questions in the meantime, always the counselor emails. I'll email that out to you tomorrow, as well as it's in the PowerPoint presentation that we have today, and that'll be sent out as well. So you're welcome. All right, everyone have a fantastic weekend. Do something fun before school starts, but not so much fun that you don't want to start school. So everyone have a great weekend. Be safe and have fun, and we'll see you soon.